What is up, everybody? This your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. I gotta talk about this. Stagecoach Mary's Lightskin and this guy pissed. Right now, I'm about to talk about it only on the Dre Mac Show. Let's get this. Let's get this cracking. All right, so if you guys haven't seen the movie The Harder They Fall on Netflix, you gotta check it out. It is a phenomenal movie. Action, good comedy mixed in with some realism. Of course, it's based on a fictional, not based on a true story, but it is a phenomenal movie. It stars Jonathan Majors as Nat Love. It has Zazie Beetz. It has Regina King, Lando. I can't think of his name right now. I will put this in. You'll see the name in the video. But Ildrid Elba. Just is so good. It is so good. Stanford. Golly, I'm just messing up all the names. Lakeith Stanford. That's his name. Golly. Okay, let me just get to the meat of it. Because I'm telling you, I'm trying to calm down because what has happened is there's someone who went viral, and I'm about to post this just real quick. I'm about to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Somebody went viral because they were mad that Stagecoach Mary was portrayed by Zazie Beetz. And so let me just get to it. Let me just pull this up real quick so you guys can see it or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'll add this real quick. So it says, I'm seriously trying to watch The Harder They Fall on Netflix, but it's really pissing me off on how Hollywood always wants to whitewash or push colorism, in which is what this shit is right here. This is Mary Fields, BKA Stagecoach Mary. I don't know what BKA means for. Anyway, she puts the G in gangster. Most men wasn't as hard or ruthless as she was. She was 100% real. She was being portrayed by Zazie Beetz. Absolutely no disrespect to her, but seriously, Hollywood, you couldn't find a darker complexion sister to play her? This is worse than when Zoe Saldana put on blackface to play Nina Simone. I have and never will watch the movie. Fuck out of here with this bullshit, Hollywood. It is what executives produce, and it was executive produced by Jay-Z. Why would you even think this shit is okay? Woo! This guy doesn't get it because he's pissed. But he's not really understanding that this is based fiction. Only thing that is real is the names, right? But the story, what they do, what they don't, all of that is purely made up just to be able to create a story for The Harder That They Fall. So let's get to what he was actually saying about Zoe Saldana and why he's missing the actual point. Zoe Saldana playing Nina Simone was absolutely based on colorism. Why? Because Zoe Saldana is playing a historical figure in a biopic, right? Do you get what I'm understanding? Get what I'm getting at, people? She is playing a historical figure in a biopic about her life. And honestly, if you don't even want to watch that, which I would never watch that and I would never support that, because that is colorism, because they did make her put on makeup to become darker. Absolutely positively stupid. Now Zoe Saldana is a great actress. I would never take that away from her. But at that point in time, the directors, the producers, you know what I'm saying, casting, all the people who was creating that story could have went to another direction as far as making this girl put on darker makeup and all this other stuff. You can also watch the biopic of Nina Simone, which was on Netflix. Or you could do what other people do and go buy a book. Flip the pages, close your mind off, for just a second, or close your mind off as far as all the other things that's going around you. Dive directly into the book, and then maybe you can be able to get a visualization based on the words that you are reading, unless you don't be able to comprehend that. And then you could be able to get a broader perspective of what Nina Simone is. This brings me to Stagecoach Mary. Now, Stagecoach Mary was actually one of the first African-American male carriers, and she was female. So when people went to go rob her, that's where she was going ahead with the gun and the rifle. You know what I mean? That's gangster. Just think of your mail carrier coming up and the dog coming up trying to bite him, and he got a 45 in one hand and a whole, you know what I'm saying, double barrel shotgun in another one. That'd be pretty gangster to me. You know what I'm saying? I just want my mail, dog. I don't want to get shot. That was her story. In the movie, she was none of that. She had stable. She had a saloon. She had a saloon. And you know what's really crazy? You know what's absolutely mind-boggling about this particular statement that got shared over like 3,000 times on Facebook? You know what's absolutely mind-boggling? None of the characters that are being portrayed in this story looks like their real-life counterpart. Oh, man. I'm going to show you Nate Love, right? Nate Love looks nothing like Jonathan Majors. Nothing. Rufus Buck looks nothing like Idris Elba. Idris Elba? Am I saying that right? He looks nothing like him. Nothing. You know what I mean? Bill Pickett is pretty close. Bass Reeves, you know? So why do we automatically go, again, why do we go straight to the light-skinned woman who's playing with everybody in this month? Matter of fact, if you really want the whole Nate Love character, I don't see no ultra perm on Jonathan Majors. I don't see the long curly black, look Native American black, you know what I'm saying? Dark skinned Native American. Even though he was black, we don't see that mixture. You don't see that mixture with the Cherokee Bill character? You didn't point to that. You went straight to the light-skinned woman who's German and black. That's the only person you could pick on. But you didn't want to go and look at every single character. Why don't you do this? Then why don't you just do this? Maybe this will make a lot of sense to you. Why don't you do what everybody else did? Because they tell you in the opening crawl, this is based on fiction. These are real characters. These are real names of people. But the story and everything about it is phony. Because it's entertainment, my guy. It is purely entertainment, my guy. Why don't you just go research these people for yourself? Go and find out, do they have a book? I learned about Bill Pickett back when I was 8 years old. After I learned about the Buffalo Soldiers, then I learned that cowboy was a racist term that they used towards blacks because over in Africa, we already knew how to rustle up cattle because we were already doing agriculture over there. So why don't you just open up a book? Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Do that. Instead of going around, and you have your opinion, you can talk about your opinion, but think about before you type. Before you type. Think about who, what, where, why, when. The basic things we learned in elementary school. What am I talking about? Why am I talking about this? Where does it fit? Where does it matter? Why does it matter? And when am I going to open up a book and learn about these characters myself so I don't have to worry about media teaching me things? See, this is the problem that I have, is that a lot of times we are allowing the media to teach us about historical figures instead of going around picking up a book. Yeah, you might have to spend a little extra money, but it's a book that you can keep forever. And then you could be able to teach your kids and pass the book along. There's a proverb, I believe it's a Nigerian proverb, that says, when an ancestor dies, the library burns. Be that ancestor that is the library when you become of age and have books for people to read so they can be able to learn their history by reading and not allowing the propaganda machine, the media machine, to teach you or to teach them. This is your man Dre Mac. I didn't even want to go this long, but I had to just go ahead and just say what I had to say. I want y'all to go ahead, drop it in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think this is colorism by Hollywood, by Zazie Beetz being cast as, you know, Stagecoach Mary? Do you see the propaganda that I'm talking about? If you disagree with me, go ahead, put it in the comment section. I will holler at you guys later. Peace and shalom to everyone. I am out. Let's do this.